Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for a late night video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below on this channel, on all my other channels down below. In the description box, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. Because if you do, well, you're a dumb fuck. That's all I gotta say about that. It is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Thursday night, June the 17th, 2021, if you're watching from somewhere else, it is now June the 18th, 2021. Supposedly tomorrow is Juneteenth. I thought it was June 19th is the official day where it's named Juneteenth, which is a stupid fucking thing. But now it's an official holiday. Ooh. Don't give them. You know, I don't care. I'm off that day anyway, so you can kiss my ass. About Juneteenth. That stupid fucking thing. That this wonderful country of ours, America, thinks of. What do they think of next? It is what it is. So, yeah. So, it is what it is. And yeah, I am in a pissed off mood today, so kiss my ass. Go fuck yourself so you don't like it. That's all I can say about that. So anyway, on this late Thursday night, it is time for your really late Monday night snore, bore, Monday night put you to sleep review for June the 14th, 2021 from that shithole known as the Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida, at the Youngling Center, as it will be for the next couple weeks. And then the WWE's on the road, and nobody's gonna give a flying fuck. Because there's probably not gonna be that many fans there anymore, because the WWE sucks. It is what it is. That's it. So, Raw this past Monday night, once again, was a garbage fest. Just fucking horrible fucking show. But I'm seeing people on the internet giving it a 6 and 7. Like, what the fuck were you watching? Giving this a garbage show. My Monday Night Raw is a 6 or a 7 or an 8. You want to know why people give 6, 7, and 8s on a garbage show? It's because they squeeze McMahon's dick. That's why. They're dick suckers for Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard and company. That's what it is. That's why they give it 6, 7, 8s, because they love the on Vince McMahon's you know why. It's true. It's damn true. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, yeah. But you can have your own opinions, but my opinion matters the most because it's my show, so I don't give a fuck. So, it is what it is. The go-home show before this Sunday. One match announced, a new match announced. Ooh, we got a new match. That's going to be great. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It was, they announced Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler. Well, that's going to sell. You know who's winning, though. You know who's winning. You know, I know. My good buddy Alejandro Classa knows. My dick knows who's going to win this match. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to know who's going to win between Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler. I mean, really, it is what it is. This company is dead. D-E-A-D, dead. Oh, at least they have NXT, Peter. Oh, yeah, NXT's great. almost 700,000 views this past week for their show on Tuesday nights. Almost 700,000 fans. That's not bad. Not bad. Samoa Joe came back. Now he's the enforcer. And they got some good stuff coming up next week. Kushida and Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole, baby, is in action. That's the price of admission right there. Adam Cole, baby, is in action. And we'll see what more happens as we get closer and closer to the Great American Bash on July the 6th. That's it. So NXT is the only thing doing good for the WWE. SmackDown is up and down. Oh, SmackDown's going to have a Hell in a Cell match on tomorrow night. Ooh, Hell in a Cell on live TV. Wow. That's going to get us 2.2 million views. Yes. Yay. Yeah, if you didn't know that today's big news from SmackDown that Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, and your Universal Champion, with my name is Paul Heyman and the right-hand man Jey Uso. Roman came out today and said that he's going to face Rey Mysterio, booyaka, inside Hell in a Cell. Nope, not Sunday. Because Roman doesn't do Sundays, you know that. He's like, oh, let's put it on live TV so all the fans can see, so I can kick that little burrito's ass. I'm gonna flick little Rey Mysterio all over that cage, and I'm gonna retain my belt on live TV in front of you because I'm such a nice guy. Thank you, Roman. Thank you. We're putting on it was probably going to be the worst Hell in a Cell match ever, next to Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. So get ready for a boring as fuck Hell in a Cell match tomorrow on live TV. But WWE will just hype it up the whole entire night, and when it comes, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee will go like, "Oh, this is great." I'll just be bored out of my mind. I'm like, is it 10 o'clock yet? Is it 10 o'clock? No. I got 5 minutes to this goddamn Hell in a Cell match. God damn it. When's AEW? I mean, that's it for SmackDown tomorrow. That's all it's going to be. Hell in a Cell. That's it. So we get the pre-show. Well, not even a pre-show. That should really be the main event of Hell in a Cell. So if this happens, what's going to be the main event of Hell in a Cell on Sunday? Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre? Boring! Unless somebody flies off the top of the goddamn cage and almost dies, that'll be fine. Well, I'm not giving two fucks about Hell in a Cell. Live on TV or on Sunday. I got better things to do. But it is what it is. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, let's get to this fucking review because I don't got time for this fucking shit. And if you don't like it, you know where to go. Down there. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, so we open Monday Night Snore with Ms. Bliss, Alexa Bliss, talking about her whole thing, a whole feud between herself and Shayna Baszler, the whole thing that happened last week with the crappiest segment of the year, or basically of all time, with Shayna getting scared of a goddamn doll and then kicking freaking mirror and the Lily's in the mirror. She's like, and then the lights go off. She's swearing really badly, and it's really bad acting, and then just some really bad freaking segment. It is what it is. Bad storyline that you know who's going to win. So anyway, we come back to live action, and Alexi says that she put Lily in timeout. Timeout, yeah. Oh, we'll put her in timeout. We're not going to use her anymore. That's what basically they're doing. They don't want to even sniff Lily anymore. They want to have nothing to do with Lily. That's why they're writing off, in a way, a good idea and a bad idea. but I don't. And personally, I don't care. It is what it is. So she said she's gonna see Shayna on Sunday, so that match is now official. I don't care. And then to ruin the segment, you got Nia woohoo Jax come in, and she's like, "What happened to you? You used to be friends. You leave Shayna alone, you bitch." So Lexi's, well, I gotta listen to you. It's like, well, why don't we settle this in the ring? So, and what do we get? A meaningless, boring filler match that's gonna suck big hairy monkey cock. It is what it is. I don't care. So I gave that meaningless. I don't give a crap 2 out of 5 stars, and that's it. So, all right, then we go inside the Blunder Dome. That's its new name, the Blunder Dome, or the Blubber Dome, or the Nobody Gives Two Craps Dome. Anyway, then we get a recap of Nikki Cross and her 3 weeks, I believe 3 weeks. Beating Rhea Ripley and Charlotte in a Beat the Clock challenge, and her and Asuka defeating Rhea and Charlotte in a tag team match. So what do we get? Another goddamn rematch, because Raw is the home of rematches. Oh, that's great. So yeah, we get Charlotte Nikki 2. And yeah, thanks for coming and wasting 8 minutes of our goddamn time. That's just great. Yeah, I mean, not even before they lock up, Rhea Ripley has to come out in her awesome theme. That's the only good thing about Rhea Ripley. Is her theme by my sweetheart Ash Costello. Hi Ash, how are you doing? That's the only good thing I like about Rhea Ripley. That's it. So she comes out for the match to walk from the stage, and then proceeds to go over the commentary, sit her ass down, and watch this garbage fest that he wins by count out. Charlotte was beating the crap out of her for most of the match. They go outside. Charlotte hits a throwaway slam. She does she kips up. Then looks at Rhea. Rhea's like, you're gonna get counted out. And the next thing you know, ding, ding, ding. Charlotte wins by Nikki wins by count out, and she's 4-0 in the last 5 weeks. Wins, but can't you get a credible win? That's all I gotta say about that. What is the end game with Nikki? Giving the title, obviously. I mean, it'd be nice. She's getting a nice little semi-push. A title fight. Rhea Ripley probably have Money in the Bank, or gets into Money in the Bank, and she's gonna win Money in the Bank. I mean, a lot of people think that she should win. I personally think Sasha Banks is going to win, because she's going to enter Money in the Bank, get the Money in the Bank briefcase, and cash in at SummerSlam against Bianca Belair. That's how it is. So it is written, so it shall be done. So says the Gilmore, nevermore. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, this match was garbage. So I gave it a garbage 2 out of 5 stars. Safe and to the point. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. That's all I gotta say. In the mood I'm in, I don't give a crap about Monday Night Raw right now. Or anything WWE. I saw a video, 100 Reasons Why Kenny Omega Sucks. And boy, did that video suck. Just made by a douchebag, freaking WWE fuckboy. That's all I can say about that. So, Kenny's the greatest. Kenny's way better than John Cena. Him and Roman right now are neck and neck as the best heel in the business. Okay? Oh, Kenny doesn't sell. He can't draw. He's the lowest. He is the lowest rated champion in AEW history. Yeah, John Cena put us to sleep for 10 years as champion. And where does Raw and SmackDown's ratings go when he was champ on either brand? Where did the ratings go when John Cena was a champion or when Roman Reigns was champion before he became this monster heel? Where did the ratings go? WWE marks. Anyone? Bueller? Down the shitter. Down the shitter. That's all I can say about that. That's it. That's it. Anybody, I mean, any other champion in any other company, the ratings were basically the same. In Impact, you had John Morrison. It didn't get much, you know? Brian Cage, barely, I mean, no offense to Brian Cage, even though he's banging Melissa Santos, a son of a bitch. But still, Brian Cage, you know, nobody really liked Cage as champion. He still don't. They still don't. He has a, I mean, Brian Cage has a meaningless fucking belt that he got from Taz. Win it. Taz, oh, you're the FTW champion now. And now he's held it for over 300 and some odd days. He hasn't defended it once. Why does he have it? Well, I mean, really, why does Brian Cage have it? It's meaningless. I mean, you got these people in WWE and draw. At least Bobby Lashley's entertaining. I mean, he's got the chicks, he got MVP, he's a dominant champion, people like to watch. I personally, the only thing I'd rather watch on Monday night is Bobby Lashley. Because he's a dominant champion. I'm tired of Brock, you know? Brock Lesnar, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Brock. I'm tired of Drew McIntyre winning the belt. You know, if Orton gets the belt, everybody's like, oh, Orton's a champ. There goes the ratings. Same thing with Orton. Orton was a great champ. He didn't get great ratings when he was a champ. Even when he was like in his 20s, in the Attitude Era. I mean, besides them, you know, the whole being the Attitude Era and everything, and the Ruthless Aggression Era. You know, Randy wasn't really. Others were getting, you know, big numbers big draw. All you had, you had Orton, you had, Triple H. Triple H wasn't doing that great. No, sir. You know, Batista, Edge, and even the Undertaker when he was champ. Well, people love to see him, but it is what it is. That's the state of wrestling right now. Nobody cares about who the champion is. They just care about the product and what matches they put on. And right now, Raw puts on rematch after rematch after rematch. And they got boring as fuck champions. It is what it is. Besides Lashley and AJ and Omos as the tag champs, who I actually like, other than that, I don't give two craps about who the champions on Raw is. Besides Rhea. The only reason I like Rhea Ripley as Raw champion is because at least Charlotte goes bye-bye. Charlotte's, sadly she gets a goddamn opportunity after opportunity because her name is Flair or Fleer. Until Becky comes back, whenever that might be. And they're just pushing people like Asuka to the side. And all we're going to get for the next couple months is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte until Becky comes back, probably by SummerSlam. If ever. It is what it is. I mean, United States champion. No, I mean, it's nice for him to be champ, but, he's in a boring, meaningless feud with Ricochet and Humberto Carrillo. Nobody cares about that. And then you got a boring as fuck, meaningless title like the 24/7 title that R-Fool has. Nobody cares about that title. Nobody cares about R-Truth except Vince McMahon because he's on his you-know-what. I love R-Truth. You are funny, dude. Just another Santino Marella. And where did Santino Marella go? Because at least he was fun times. R-Truth is not funny. He needs to get out of this comedy crap and get back to what he used to do back in TNA circa 2004. When it was the first black heavyweight champion. No crap, everybody. It goes back to WWE, becomes a freaking laughing stock. Oh, remember when R-Truth turned heel, Miz? Yeah, actually decent, but then, you know, back to being a comedy case. It's boring. R-Truth is boring. Most of the Raw roster is boring, besides Orton and company, and a few certain others. I mean, really, Matt Riddle is boring. And I used to like Matt Riddle back in the Evolve days, but he's boring now. Yeah, I know my Uncle Randy told me that. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear about your Uncle Randy and your pet snake or whatever. Like, shut up, dude. Just shut up. Go smoke a joint with RVD or something, you know? Why add it? Try to find Brian Kendrick, because, you know, he smokes a lot of weed, too. But I think Brian Kendrick's gone from wrestling. We haven't seen him in a long time. But who cares? Yeah, that's basically it. So, yeah. That's it. So, yeah, Charlotte loses by countout thanks to Rhea Ripley. And afterwards, Charlotte hits a big kick to Nikki, knocking her down. And then brings her back in. She's about to lock in the figure 4 leg lock. And then Rhea comes in, hits Riptide, and puts her down in her place, which she should be. And that's it. So, it is what it is. But later, Rhea Ripley faces Asuka for the 4th damn time. You know, I'm thinking, oh, you know, well, since, you know, that's going to turn into a suck fest, you know, Asuka's probably going to win. Yay, Asuka wins. That's great for me, but it is what it is. This company sucks. Anyway, so we get that. All right, then we go to the back. We have Riddle talking to Jeff Hardy, dude, and Jeff's in his trance again with his creepy face paint. He's like, and Riddle's talking, and you know, Jeff's like waiting for Riddle to shut up, and then he's like, and then when he's about to talk, he's like, "Oh, you're here." So anyway, Riddle's talking about his elders in the tag team division, and well, actually, Jeff finally wakes up and tells like Riddle that you should listen to Randy Orton. I think you should before you get a Gilmore cutter. You should listen to me before you get a Gilmore cutter. That's the most story for a long time. So Jeff says he has a match with John Morrison coming up, and Riddle freaks out. You know, when he opens his eyes, he's like, "Oh man, you got 4 eyes, dude." Yeah, and then goes on another weed smoking. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Crap. It's like, what would you do with 4 arms, dude? What, you got 4 eyes. What are you gonna do with 4 arms? I'm like, yeah, he's gonna turn into Goro and kick your ass. Duh. Moron. Anyway, Hardy's like, I'm out of here. I don't want to hear this freaking weedhead talk anymore. So then Randy Orton comes in. Thank you, Randy, for saving this god-awful segment. Offer some advice. Not that Riddle's going to listen to it. So then Riddle asks if Orton likes him. And Orton's like, no. Thank you, Randy. Thank you for telling me and the entire rest wrestling community that you do not like Matt Riddle. I don't think anybody likes Matt Riddle unless you're a weed smoker like RVD, but it is what it is. Matt Riddle's days of being awesome way behind, but it is what it is. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, then we go to match number 2. We got John Morrison. Now listen, it's coming out with the Miz, and he comes out. The Miz is on the stage, and almost fell down the stage again. That would have been awesome, but So Miz joins commentary. I made it, no pun intended, awesome. Minus Byron Saxton and Jimmy Smith. It is what it is. He made it more awesome than everybody was. So Morrison gets in a dripstick shot. Sounded really nasty when I said that, but it is what it is. To put Hardy in trouble. Then he hits a cartwheel clothesline to Hardy. And then out comes Cedric Alexander to get his revenge from last week. So he looks on stage, I should say. Game his talk. Hardy grabs a roller for a near fall, then gets a boot up in the corner. Hardy gets a splash for a near fall. They go at it, go to the apron. Morrison drops him first across the top rope. Then he hits Starship Pain, which we haven't seen in like 2 months. But he hits Starship Pain. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? John Morrison is out of the doghouse. Yay! John Morrison gets the win. Finally! Yay! When was the last time he won? Yay! John Morrison gets the win over Jeff Hardy. 2 guys going completely nowhere. That's just great. That's great. Like, give yourself a golf clap. Golf clap. Little. You can barely hear it, so be very, very quiet. That's all you get. I like John Morrison. The WWE is treating him right now pisses me off. He should be with his hot wife, Taya Valkyrie, not Frankie Monet, because I can't call her that because it's a garbage name. Frankie Monet, because she's French. She's not even French. She's Canadian. Or maybe she's French-Canadian. I don't know. But she is from Canada. But like I said, John Morrison should go back to NXT to be with his wife, Taya Valkyrie. Maybe let's think. Well, he can't do it because most of the other guys that used to be in Worldwide Underground are either in AEW or gone, or in Ring of Honor. It sucks. PJ Black, I think he's on and off with Ring of Honor. I think who else was in that damn group? But I think they're in different companies. So you really can't do Worldwide Underground unless you put new stars in. That's what I would do. Just break up Miz and Morrison, put Morrison in NXT to be with his wife, and let him just run roughshod in NXT. Make him the NXT World Champion, be the North American Champion. That's what I would do. But like I said, I'm just a schmuck from Jersey. What do I know? It is what it is. I got so many ideas. I should be freaking promoter or booker. Oh yeah, so Morrison wins with Starship Pain. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Then afterwards, Cedric gets on the mic, starts, yelling at Hardy, saying, "You beat me last week, but you're acting like a sore winner." It says, and the only way that you can apologize to me is you should thank me for not putting you in a retirement home. So then he challenges Hardy to he challenges him to a match, and then Hardy grabs the mic and says, "Well, if I can't beat you, I will retire." So Cedric's like, "Oh, really? Okay." So we get match 3, which lasts almost 3 goddamn minutes, and nothing much out of out of this match. Cedric in control. Had a dragon screw leg whip over the ropes. Ow. Half crab. Didn't last long. Hardy sends him into the corner for a slingshot drop kick. But Cedric comes back with her for a near fall. Goes for his own version of the Swanton Bomb, but missed. And Jeff hits the Twist of Fate. Takes off his shirt so all the ladies can, and goes up top, hits the Swanton. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Hardy gets the win, and stays on the WWE payroll. And that's it. And this is all because Vince, has a new edict or something about, he wants some. I forgot what it was. It was like old matches or something like that. I didn't really get what this edict was. I still don't understand it, but it is what. That's all I got to say about about that. And we move on from there. So I gave that match 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get a recap of the Drew McIntyre Bobby Lashley feud that's gonna end in Inside Hell in a Cell. If Drew can't win, he will never ever get a title shot. WWE title shot as he is the champion. So get ready for Bobby Lashley to retain on Sunday, hopefully. But we'll see. So that's that. All right, then we go to match number 4, which was thankfully taped. This wasn't live, by the way. It was supposed to be the re-debut of Eva the Botch Machine Marie, catering's favorite woman, Naomi. So anyway, Eva comes out. Corey Graves like, oh my God, it's Eva Marie. Don't you got a girlfriend there, Corey? Anyway, maybe I should go on Carmella's Twitter and tweet my not even my displeasure. Just tweet Carmella's like how much what you do underneath the commentary table most of the time when Eva Marie comes out or you see a vignette. Maybe I should do that. I think Eva Marie will care. Not Eva Marie. Carmella will care. She'll probably just block me. Just it is what it is. So yeah, we're supposed to see Naomi and Eva. And then Eva brings out Piper Niven from NXT UK, who, for some odd reason, the commentary team are like, who the hell is that? I mean, really? WWE, you can't, you don't care about the NXT and UK roster now? I mean, Piper Niven is a no-name in NXT UK. She's been in NXT for a little bit. Everybody knows her. You can't miss her. But is what that's what it is. But yeah. So Eva comes out and says, well, I'm not gonna fight Naomi because I'm a chicken. I can't wrestle. I'm a botch machine. So we get Naomi and Piper Niven, tomato. And Piper Niven wins a back splash into a Michinoku driver. And basically Naomi's there. Thanks for coming, Naomi, for 36 goddamn seconds. That's great. And then afterwards, Eva takes the mic and says, the winner of the match, Eva Marie. So they just completely forgot Piper Niven. That's great, Vince. Another person from NXT, doesn't matter if it's NXT UK, another person from NXT you don't give 2 shits about. That's great. Just great, Vince. You 76-year-old bastard now. Or 75, 76, whatever. You senile old bastard. Don't give 2 shits NXT or NXT UK. All you care about your stupid self. But I want to make characters. I don't want to make superstars. That's why your company is in the gutter. Because you don't care about anything but your goddamn self. Oh, it's about the money. At least you know now that your company is stale. At least you know now. And Vince McMahon saying, "Oh, we're gonna be better by the end of the year." No, you're not. No, no, not even with the fans, because the fans are gonna desert you. Just watch. Just watch. There won't be that many people at Raw and SmackDown tapings or live event, even live events, even house shows. There'll probably be like 500 people at best. It works. But this was so yeah. Piper Niven wins this abominable, no pun intended with that one, 36 seconds snore fest. I couldn't even go to the bathroom during this match, because by the time I would have came back, the next match was. I'm like, well, what happened? Oh, you missed it. It is what it is. So yeah, now Piper Niven's name now, it's not even going to be Piper Niven. It's going to be called Doobie or Dubin or something like that. What? And now she's going to be just roaming around with Eva Marie, because Eva Marie's, we got to be nice to Eva Marie, We'll just get rid of 30 people for you, Eva. You can come right back and bore the hell out of people. You don't have to wrestle. You just be out there looking pretty. Or just bring in people from NXT UK or from NXT just to do your dirty work. And then after that, throw them out like yesterday's garbage. That's what's going to happen up in Niven. It is what it is. And all these people fat shaming her. I mean, come on. Just because she's fat, you have to do that shit. I mean, really? Naomi, I mean, god damn, man. God damn it. I mean, really? I mean, we haven't seen Naomi much on TV, except for a time with Lana and that tag team. We all thought that they might be women's tag team champions. And then the whole spring cleaning goes, Lana goes bye-bye, and she's going to be appearing in AEW pretty soon. And where does Naomi go? Back to catering. To have cookies, to bake cookies with Titus. To hang out with Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke and, two other people that should get released. Well, yeah, I mean, you have Eva Marie debut, so-called debut, and the first person up on the docket is Naomi. So why couldn't you put Dana Brooke in that situation? Nobody cares about Dana Brooke except for Jekyll Knight, but it is what it is. You couldn't put Mandy or Dana in that space. You had to put Naomi, because you don't care about Naomi no more, a former SmackDown Women's Champion. Naomi deserves better. I'm sorry. She does. She really does. Hopefully, with this draft coming up, she goes to SmackDown, which I think she will. So she stays on Raw. It makes no sense. It doesn't even matter if she goes to SmackDown. She'll still be in catering. Just release her, man. Just release her. Let her go to Impact or go to AEW, where she'll be treated much better. Or maybe we'll see Naomi in Ring of Honor. Maybe they'll bring back the Funkadactyls. Ariel's still somewhere around, floating around. Maybe Naomi should call up Ariel, like, hey, let's bring back the Funkadactyls. What do you think? You got Tyrus in NWA. He's doing CNN stuff now, and he occasionally does an NWA match, like on Power or whatever, or pay-per-view. Get rid of Naomi, and you got something going. If I don't know if Tyrus wants to do it, but I know Tyrus won't, but have Tyrus come out with Naomi and Ariel, being like a little bit of a Funkadactyl type thing, and then next thing you know, squash. He just squashes both of them, and nobody will give two craps. That's what I would do. But it is what it is. So yeah, this garbage fest that with Naomi, Piper Nevin or Dubin or Doobie or Snooky. Who cares? Who cares? I give it a big fat mouth. I can't do it because, I'm giving this negative times negative times negative times negative times negative times negative infinity times infinity times infinity. Just give it whatever you want times infinity. That's what it was. Garbage fest. Sad. I mean, it's be Naomi right now. She should just ask for her release at this point. But she won't, because she'll just be just loyal to Vince and, anything for you, Vince. Well, she just stays in catering while her husband Jimmy is in probably one of the best storylines in wrestling right now, holding with Roman and Jay. That's it. You're just looking at Jimmy's success, because he's bringing in all the money while she's just making cookies with Titus. Must be fun. Must be a great job. That's all I gotta say about that. But speaking of more people from the catering hall, from catering, we got Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. They have a photo shoot. Nothing great about that. Still, they get distracted by Natalya and Tamina training in a ring somewhere else. Then they get into an argument about, oh, you look like crap. You look like crap. You can't beat me. You can't do that. Looks versus skills. And then a big, humongous brawl breaks out. Whoop, did I do? I can't fight. And then referees have to break it up. So, well, I guess at least, that gives us something for the women's tag team titles. There's no win. So, yeah, Natalya and Tamina will probably be facing Mandy and Dana probably on a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. And nobody will give two flying you know what. Yes, I don't. And that is that. Thank you for coming. That's that. All right, there we go. Who calls Bobby Lashley Trashly? J. Focuses on AJ Styles. Then he goes big freaking monologue type thing where he's talking about the strategies we hear about William Wallace with anything. And then he's like, well, what does this have to do with me, with facing Lashley? I'm like, yeah, why did you just bore us for 3 goddamn minutes, Drew? So he's like, nothing. I just love that story. And I'm going to win on Sunday. What? Yeah, so Drew comes out some stupid thing about William Wallace. Like, nobody knows who the hell he is unless you are from Scotland. And no Scottish history. I don't know anything. The only thing I know about Scotland is that men wear belts and Roddy Piper. That's all I know. That's all and they have bagpipes. That's it. Other than that, I don't give two craps about William Wallace or anything like that. Pointless segment. Pointless. So I give that 1 out of 5 stars. Just pointless. And that's that. All right, we get to a match which lasted a little bit longer than anything else, and I think this was match of the night. We get the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston as they take on RK Bro of Matt Riddle and Randy Orton and his Martinez voice. And like I said, this was match of the night. It is what it is. So Riddle comes out on his scooter that he got from Kmart, but Randy's just walks really slow to the ring because he means business, and Riddle's like, okay, I'm not gonna just run right to the ring, And then he's singing Orton's theme song. At least what Orton, Orton didn't go back to burning my eye. Imagine him singing that. Ugh. Just saying. Anyway, starts off with Riddle choking Xavier Woods. He gets dropped on the Kofi's knee for an atomic drop circa 1905. Woods works on the arm, but it's off to Orton for a fight over a top wrist lock. Then Kofi comes in for a frog splash crossbody as the New Day clears the ring and we go to break. We come back. Xavier Woods hits a running forearm, but gets caught with a jumping knee by Mr. Orton. And they go back and forth. We get a ripcord knee, setting up the floating bro by Mr. Riddle for a near fall on Kofi. Go to another break. Come back. Xavier crotches Riddle on the top rope and hitting a superplex. And then Kofi's frog splash gets a near fall out of that as Orton makes a save. And then Riddle with a 1905 Samoa package for a near fall on Kofi. And then some Northern Light suplexes on Xavier Woods for the same. Then we get an assisted powerbomb, almost like the Shield of Injustice powerbomb. Gets another near fall on Xavier Woods, but Kofi saves him from the Demon DDT by Randy Orton. Orton gets knocked into the corner, and Riddle comes in, but he can't get Xavier Woods up for a suplex. Instead, Xavier takes him into an electric chair drop, electric chair for a top rope double stomp combination, like almost like a doomsday device. For 2.99999 as middle. Who was that on? That was on. I think it was on Riddle. But anyway, Orton comes in, goes for the Gilmore Cutter on Xavier Woods, but he can't hit it. But he does counter the honor roll into the Gilmore Cutter, which was awesome. 1, 2, 3, Mr. Randy Orton and his voice picks up the win over the New Day. And that made me happy. And that's all I gotta say about that. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, gets up from the Gilmore Cutter. Yes. That's all I gotta say about that. So, RK Bro gets the win over the New Day. Match was pretty decent. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get a video of Charlotte losing to Nikki Cross. Be damn do. And then we get Sarah Schreiber with Rhea Ripley. Rhea thinks Charlotte is obsessed with her, and after Sunday, Charlotte is going to to the back of the line, and she says her focus is on Asuka coming up, so she's like, "Bugger off." That means fuck off in English. But it is what she tells Sarah Schreiber to get because she has to focus on her match with Asuka. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right, then we go to Asuka and Rhea Ripley. 4, I believe this is 4. I lost count, but still, I think this is number 4. Not as great as their last 3 matches. The WrestleMania match was the best of them all. Still, non-title match, obviously, because they didn't want to have the title on the line before pay-per-view. So anyway, Asuka grabs a headlock to start, sends Rhea into the corner, and then she starts dancing. That's it's always nice. Rhea gets 2 on a crucifix, then hits Asuka in the face, but Asuka gets pissed and pulls Rhea into an octopus that gets broken up as well. So Asuka starts beating the crap out of her with those deadly strikes. She's running dropkick in the corner. Then they go outside. Asuka gets dropped onto the barricade as we go to break. Ow. We come back. Asuka hits a middle rope missile dropkick, and then they go back and forth with some wicked strikes. And then Asuka with knee to face for a near fall. Then she hits the sexy hip attack for the same amount. Rhea then grabs a Northern Light suplex for a near fall, but Asuka comes back with a running kick to face. Then she starts her own Daniel Bryan impersonation with the kicks. But Rhea caught one, and then she gets some kicks to Asuka's chest. She locks it up, which is almost like that move Paige did, not the Paige Turner. What she call it? The PTO or something like that. No, it's almost like the same thing, like the reverse Scorpion Deathlock, but like raised. He picks him up in the Scorpion Deathlock. I don't know why I say Scorpions, but it is what it is. So anyway, Asuka gets out of that. Well, she reverses into a face plant, goes for the Asuka lock, which gets countered into Riptide. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley pins Asuka. Damn. So, yeah, back to mid-card hell for Asuka, which sucks. And it is what I understand. Rhea winning because they need some momentum for her going into her match with Charlotte Hell in a Cell. But still, yeah, I'd like to see Charlotte come out and cause a disqualification or something like that. But we do get Charlotte way after the match. After Rhea wins, Charlotte comes out looking like Shitara from Thundercats. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Thundercats! Ho! Ha! I knew. Mumbra. Ha! Well, I gotta love Thundercats. And if you don't like Thundercats, well, something wrong with you. Anyway, Charlotte comes out in her Shitari gear, goes after Rhea Ripley, and we got a big humongous fight. And security tries to break it up, like Jamie Noble, Adam Pearce was in there. I think Pat Buck was in there. Like everybody almost was in there. But pull them apart. They keep going at it, and then we see Charlotte's nose get busted wide open. Oh, her pretty little nose got busted wide open. That's gonna piss off Andrade. So her nose gets busted wide open, and that's it. Then they finally get pulled apart. I think there was some cursing in there because there was like some breaks, or like you couldn't think for like 5-7 seconds delay maybe. I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, But yeah, at least the hype's up the match at Hell in a Cell on Sunday. But as long as Rhea Ripley wins, because God forbid Charlotte wins the belt for the 14th time, it's gonna be boring, and she will not draw a single solitary dime. And that's it. And we move on. So the aftermath, I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars after the match, which was sucks that Asuka lost, but I get where WWE was coming from, why they had to put Rhea over to hype the match with Charlotte. But Asuka's going back mid-card hell. Yeah, it is what it is. All right. Then we go to the locker room of the champ, the WWE champ, the almighty Bobby Lashley, who has his bevy of fine, classy women, same freaking for the last 5 weeks. I don't know where he gets these girls from, man. I mean, they must be coming from the strip club. I have no idea where they're coming from, but IWP knows how to pick them. It's basically the same freaking woman. The woman is just like this woman just stays on freaking live every goddamn week. It isn't Bobby Lashley married? Well, was married. Not to Lana. I'm still talking about real life married. Wasn't he married to one of the Nitro girls back in the day? I guess they broke up. I don't know, but if Bobby Lashley's not married, I mean, he knows how to pick those ladies. They are very nice, classy ladies. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's good to be the champ. As MVP in there, and then Kevin Patrick comes in and ruins everything. MVP's like, I don't know how to knock. What if he was doing something? Who knows? Could have been good TV. Good shit. Anyway, so basically MVP says the champ isn't working right now because he's the WWE champion, but promised to publicly execute Drew on Sunday. So baby, let him be, you know, with his fine bevy of women drinking champagne or whatever. Well, he has to focus on McIntyre. I don't need this crap right now. So that's that. So and we move on from there. And we'll move on. Oh, you know, I got some comments in the chat, but I'll get to that in just a second. I'm gonna get through this garbage fest of Monday Night Raw. All right, then we go back to the ring. We get Alexa Bliss and Nia. 4-minute suck fest that it was. Reggie was at ringside, as always, because he has to be with his boo. Ugh. Gag me with a spoon. But anyway, yeah, this is like Lexi's first match on Raw since February. God. So she kind of played keep away like she does the creepy spy. You know, she's basically Bray Wyatt. You know, she's doing he's female Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt's not hasn't been on TV since the last time we saw Bray Wyatt. Creepy thing was like, "Oh, I'm reborn, kids." I haven't seen him in 2 months, going on 3 right now. This is the guy. He has nothing for him. They don't want to do the Fiend gimmick anymore. They just put it in Lexi's hand. Like, oh, you're. It just was. Long story short, we're trying to get near my notes. She sits up like under with a leg drop. Then she looks in the camera, gives that, you know, weird look. Then she kicks Nia in the head. Then Reggie tries for a distraction, but Lexi drop kicks Jax's knees out instead. Got a short DD. And then she goes up, hits Twisted Bliss, which we haven't seen in a long time. Looks to have the match won, but Reggie comes in and pulls her off, causing disqualification right at the 4-minute mark. So yeah, that happened. So I gave the match 1.25 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, Lexi and Reggie have a staring contest with a bunch of camera shots, like going from Lexi to Reggie, Lexi to Reggie, Lexi to Reggie. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. It was like, ugh. I'm like, I'm getting a seizure. And then Reggie's like, boobies. And Lexi leaves, and then Nia comes in. He's like, snap out of it. So it is what it is. I don't know what the hell just happened, but that was that. So, you know, Lexi's mind games and her witchcraft and her powers, you know, just going after Reggie and now Shayna. And we'll see what happens on Sunday. It's gonna be a weird freaking match on Sunday, and then I think Lexi's gonna pin Shayna because Shayna's is basically in catering right now, and it sucks. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, I gave the match 1.25 out of 5 stars. That's it. Moving along. What else? Let me just. What else happened on this garbage show? We see MVP talking to New Day. You know, this whole thing with Kofi and MVP going on over the last couple weeks. Maybe I think MVP's trying to maybe turn Kofi heel. I don't know. But anyway, up to them. So just like Kofi is losing because Xavier Woods is the weakest link. Goodbye. No. Well, he is, but it was. Anyway, they don't hear Kofi then gives another fiery like he gave last week. Saying talking about how his friends helped him to get to get to the WWE and become the WWE champion, and among other titles, he's held the tag team titles, Intercontinental title, United States title, blah 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 blah. So it's like, what is your end game, dude? What is this? I mean, what am I here? So MVP wishes him good luck on Sunday. Oh, right, you don't have a match on Sunday. Because you don't have the money to pay you. Then he remembers Kofi, doesn't have a match on the show. And then Xavier Woods with the, kick rocks, dude. I thought he cursed. It was MVP to leave. So MVP's like, okay. So he leaves. And then him and Xavier Woods, Xavier Woods and Kofi just like talk amongst themselves. And that's that. So it's an interesting little storyline between MVP and Kofi. But what's the end game? Does Kofi finally turn heel? I mean, finally, because he's never turned heel. It's like the Black John Cena, who never turns heel. Oh, I'm going to turn heel, children. No, you're not. He said that when he comes back, you would like to turn heel. No, you're not. You're not going to turn heel, John. And nobody will care if you do. Because it'll be 13, 14 years too late. But it is what it is. But Kofi turning heel, that'll be interesting. A heel Kofi Kingston. And a possible, teaming up with Bobby Lashley. Maybe he can bring back Hurt Business, but with Hurt Business 2.0 with Bobby Lashley, MVP, Kofi, and maybe another guy, whoever that may be. But we'll see. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. I want to see where this goes. And hopefully we get the end game is Kofi does turn heel and the New Day are just gone. Unless they bring Big E over to Raw, because he's really doing nothing on SmackDown other than teaming with Kevin Owens and going after, Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. That's it. I mean, there was a rumor I read this week that they were thinking of bringing Big E back to the New Day, to join the New Day as a 6-man team, like they used to be, because they basically got nothing for Big E. I'm like, it couldn't hurt. Yeah, just bring Big E over to Raw, let him win the United States title from Sheamus. He's not the WWE title. Put him back with the New Day. Let the New Day win the tag team titles for the 12th or 13th time. Then I'm going to. That's all I got to say about that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, let me finish this baby up because it's getting late, and I want to have some ice cream and break some stuff. But it is what it is. All right, then we get to another feather match. Another 2.5 minute suckfest between Jackson Ryker or Gunner as he takes on our goodie Elias. Something from last week where Elias once again got counted out. Well, got counted out. So we get Elias. They fight to the outside. Gunner sends Elias into the ring post, and right after that, Elias like, I'm done. I'm gonna go take a shower, go grab some cookies from catering, go grab my guitar, and go to the hotel. And that's it. Blah 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 blah. That's all I got to say about that. So I gave that a dud. Didn't give 2 craps, and we move on from there. All right, then we got a hype video about Hell in a Cell. If you missed it, you missed it. All right, then we get to the main event. Well, what was the main event, I should say. Drew McIntyre against AJ Styles with the big black diesel almost at ringside. But before that, Bobby Lashley comes out, and we have the VIP lounge. So Bobby, MVP, and the ladies sit on the couch. So AJ comes out, and he looks at the ladies. He's married. Indy, just walks past the ladies while almost stares. He's like kind of like, this is good. No, pays to be. No, WWE is good. So he's kind of flirting with one of the ladies, but she can't. I like when I run on Twitter. I wrote like, ladies love the big black diesel. I mean, it's true. I mean, they love Omos, but it is what it is. So Omos, flirts with them, and then Age's like, get over here, and almost snaps out of his trance. And then they go to the ring, and then Drew McIntyre comes out, and had this match that was pretty good to start. Nice 13.5-minute match, but if you notice, it started like around 9:05, 9:15, around somewhere around there, and you're like wondering what's going to happen for the next 30 minutes. I think you know. So they go back and forth. Get a Future Shock DDT by McIntyre. Then he stops to look at Lashley, which allowed Omos to pull AJ to the outside. And then the Viking Raiders, War Machine come out. Ivar and Eric and Ivar come out. I'm like, yep, we're going to get a 6-man tag team match, player. But the match continues for some reason. They go back and forth. Get a 1920 chin lock, slowing McIntyre down a bit. But he gets a jawbreaker to get out of it. Then he fights up with some elbows to face for a near fall. Then a Michinoku driver gets the same, the third of the night for McIntyre. Goes for a superplex, it gets countered. AJ's fireman's carry carries him onto the knee. Ushigoroshi for a near fall. They get back up. Drew drops him with a shot to face. But goes aside to jump Lashley, who was made his way to the ring by the commentary table, probably announce table. McIntyre heads in, but Lashley comes in, close to disqualification. So that ends that. So I was like, oh, I guess now we're going to get the 6-man. So I gave that part 2.25 out of 5 stars. What was that? They get a big, humongous brawl. Lashley gets suplexed on the floor. We come back, and we get a 10-long special. Bobby Lashley now teams with AJ Owens to take on McIntyre and War Machine. To end the show, blah, 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 blah. And breakdown. Eric dies almost on the floor. He's tossed into the timekeepers area. AJ looks like he was about to tag Omos, like I said earlier in the video. He tries to tag Omos, misses him, and tags in Lashley instead. Lashley's like, dude, what are you tagging me for? He's like, he gets surprised, and he comes in, turns around while screaming at AJ, turns around, boom, Claymore Country, 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre gets the win for his team. And he pins the champ. Obviously, you know that was going to happen, but it is what it is. But match itself, 5 out of 5 stars. And then after that, Lashley's pissed. He's with MVP going to the back, and McIntyre is like, I'm going to take it to hell. I'm going to take it to hell, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So all right, this is what it is. So Drew gets the momentum going for himself, but still, it should be a hellacious match, no pun intended with that. Should be a brutal match. They may go, I don't think they'll go to the top of the cage like Randy Orton and Drew did at Hell in a Cell back in October, and then Drew fell off the cage through the announce table. They could do something like that. Or they'll probably break the cage open, actually go spear the cage, and cage will open, and then they start fighting on the outside, and maybe they go up the cage a little bit. I don't think they're gonna go on top, like I said, but who knows with that. We'll see. Hopefully they let Bobby win. When retain the title, and then we'll see what happens after at Money in the Bank if he wins, or what happens at SummerSlam. If Brock Lesnar decides to show up, but he'll show up at SummerSlam, so Lashley kind of doesn't have a match for SummerSlam, and Vince and company want to make SummerSlam the biggest event ever of the year, like a WrestleMania type thing. I mean, Cardi B is going to have a bunch of segments that'll bore the hell out of us. It's going to be a little bit shorter. They want to finish before the Pacquiao fight, which I think is going to be better than that, but it's just my opinion. Yeah, so they want to make, have the best matches possible for SummerSlam, and they're talking about John Cena versus Roman for the Universal title, Sasha and Bianca for the SmackDown Women's title. If they can get Becky, maybe Rhea Ripley and Becky for the Raw Women's title. And as far as Bobby Lashley goes, we don't know. But now that Edge is supposed to come back on the July 17th show, wins. Edge is supposed to have a match. Well, where do you put Edge? I was thinking, why don't you put Edge and Bobby Lashley for the WWE title and let Lashley lose to Edge? It worked. It's fresh, it's new. Edge has a title for maybe a month or two. But I just don't understand why Edge will go to SmackDown unless he's going to fight Roman. But that's happening if John Cena's there. And I really don't want a triple threat match with Cena and Edge. I don't. But now Edge is going to be a babyface. That throws that out of the equation. Unless, like I said, you put Roman versus Edge for the Universal title, which I think is better than seeing Cena versus Roman. That's just my opinion. But knowing WWE, they'll do Roman versus Cena 2. Roman hopefully will win because we don't want to see Cena with the belt for the 17th goddamn time. And bore us half to death every week. And the ratings completely go back down the drain. I don't know who Edge will face on him. Maybe he'll face Apollo Crews, maybe for the Intercontinental title. Will he face somebody else? Maybe. I don't know. But Edge will have a match, we just don't know against who. But he should just stay on Raw and face Bobby Lashley. Because right now, Bobby Lashley does not have an opponent for SummerSlam. Unless he loses the title to Drew, and then maybe you do Drew versus Edge. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the WWE title at this point. All right, so like I said, the six-man tag team match, I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's basically all I got to say about this garbage show. So I gave this garbage show Bret Hart 4 out of 10 stars. It just, just boring. But people giving it 6s and 7s. I think you're overrating it a little bit. But that's your opinion. But my opinion matters the most, as you know. And that's it. And if you don't like it, too bad. That's that. All right, let's finish this up with the chat. I know I didn't acknowledge it before, but it is what it is. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Alejandro Claza, my amigo from Mexico. Yeah, that kind of rhymes. He says, Pritchard, fuck it, every weekly show he does is on the dope. Yeah. Yeah, every week, every show that Bruce is on, Raw or SmackDown, is the shits. Literally. It is. Like I said, I don't even know what Raw got this week. I'll have to check it. Post-production, I might check it out. And we'll see what happens with that. But I don't think it would have went up from 1.6. I don't think it went up. I think it went down again, but we'll see. But yeah, Bruce Pritchard's garbage. It is what. I do not know how they do to see 3 hours of Raw so boring. Yeah. 3 hours is just too much on Monday night for Raw. I know you got to get your guys in. You want to do your segments and your rematches after rematches after rematches. But the same boring crap for 3 hours. You get bored out of it. It's starting to get really, really stale, and I really think they should go to 2 hours. Not that the ratings are going to do any better, but 2 hours is better than 3 hours in my eyes, unless you're doing like a pay-per-view or anything like that. Because you got to get time in for all the matches. But yeah, I think the 3 hour Raws are really hurting the company, and they need to go back to 2 hours. But even if they go back to 2 hours, it'll still stink. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, Vince and Pritchard suck it. In more ways than one. In more ways than one. They both fond of each other. What is? Yes, Mr. McMahon. Can I get you some coffee, Mr. McMahon? No, that's Joe Briscoe saying that, but Bruce Pritchard like, Vince, I love you. Would you like some coffee? Vince like, that's good shit. Anyway, Alejandro says it's good that there are better things on Mondays than watching Monday Night Raw. Yeah, like sports, like real sports. Wrestling is a sport, but all these marks like sports entertainment. Ugh, makes me want to vomit every time I say that. But yeah, there's better things to do on a Monday night than watch 3 hours of boring as crap wrestling. You can watch a baseball game. Even on the Met, could have watched the Met game. They won that night. You could watch that. You could watch the Yankees. They weren't playing that night, but you can still watch baseball. You can watch the NBA playoffs. You can watch the NHL playoffs. You can watch a game show. You can watch the Food Network. You can watch Guy Fieri. Do whatever you want. You don't have to watch Monday Night Raw. Do whatever you want. That's all I gotta say about that. But you got Marks who just love the business, like, I gotta watch Monday Night Raw. Everything else sucks. It is what it is. It is what it is. You want to watch 3 hours of the worst show in television history? Go ahead. Go bore yourself to death. And that's all I can say about it. Alejandro Klatza says, I don't understand why the hell they brought Eva Marie if they're making her look stupid in her return. That's how they brought her in the first time. Remember when she was in NXT and she got booed up the wazoo? And then they pair her with Nia Jax, and then the whole thing with Asuka, Asuka beats Nia, and then Eva Marie is like, I want a title shot, and thank the Lord, thank the heavens, Asuka put Eva Marie in her place, and then Eva goes to the main roster, and she just comes out and just has wardrobe malfunctions, against Becky, and she just doesn't want to do the match. I mean, why are you on TV then? Just to look good with your fake boobies and everything? Like, Vince loves boobies and everything, but, come on. If you can't wrestle, you should not be in wrestling. But Vince loves people who can't wrestle. He just loves these fitness models, these cheerleaders or wherever these girls come from. Now, I think Eva came from, where did she come from? Besides the gutter. But, yeah. Same thing they're doing. Is the whole thing with remember when Emma or Tennille Dashwood, remember when Emma was doing the Evolution thing and we didn't see her for like, I lost count of how many times, but it was like over like maybe 3-4 months, and then she finally comes out and she just goes, hi, and then leaves, and then that was it for Miss Tennille Dashwood. And she went bye-bye. She went to Ring of Honor. She went back to, I think they released Emma. That was what really Evolution was what Evolution is now. That's what that was. But at least we didn't get pointless freaking vignettes of Eva Marie for like 25 weeks or whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, it's pointless to have her in the company now. Just comes out like, I'm Eva Marie, look at me. My husband looks like the guy from the band Live. He's jacked. Why is she here? Why did you bring her back and then release 30 goddamn people that should not have been released? Especially Samoa Joe, even though thankfully Hunter brought him back. To get rid of Lana, who should have been gone with Miro a long time ago. And Murphy, where we had nothing for Murphy, after the Seth Rollins thing, he was going, they had nothing for him. He was stuck in basically a purgatory, or as we call it, catering. And they get rid of Aleister Black, and they get rid of Braun Strowman. They want to bring Aleister Black back. If they are or not, I don't know. He really should go to AEW with Zelina Vega. They want to bring Braun Strowman back at a lesser price. I don't know if Braun wants less money at this point. Yeah, but you get rid of your employees, you get rid of some people that could have been potential stars, and you bring back a botch machine like her. And then you team her up with Piper Niven, who's doing so good in NXT UK. And then you have the commentators like, well, we don't know who this is. And then you name her now Doobie or Dubin or whatever the stupid name they gave her. Stupid. Just pathetically stupid. Garbage. That's what it is. This company is garbage, ladies and gentlemen. I can't anymore. And on top of that, you have a taped match that wasn't even live, thankfully. Imagine this was in front of fans. The fans would have shitted on this thing. And they are. Just wait. You just wait until July the 18th, the night after Money in the Bank. You just wait till Eva Marie comes out. They will boo the living you-know-what out of her. And tell the skedaddle, if you know what I mean. They will shit on her like nobody's business. And they shit on Raw and SmackDown too. Everybody's gonna walk out. You're gonna see people walking out during the main event again, and they'll show it. They'll show. They'll see. That the guy or the girl come out, and then they'll pan to the crowd. And everybody's going bye. And then Vince gets pissed again. He's like, "Why is everybody leaving?" Because your company sucks. That's why nobody wants to stay for your shit. That's it. All right, final comment from my good buddy. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I have a couple more comments. I thought this was the last comment. I apologize. Alejandro Costa says, a female division is more dead. How my Marlins in MLB? Last place. Yeah, your Marlins suck, dude. I'm sorry, man. The Marlins suck as bad as the Arizona Diamondbacks suck. And they have lost 23 games, I guess, in a row on the road, not in Arizona. They have a 13 or 14 game losing streak again. It's like the second and third time this year that the Diamondbacks have had losing streak after losing streak after losing streak. They are the worst team in baseball right now. It is sad. Not like the days when they had Kirk Schilling and Randy Johnson and the guys that when they won the World Series from the Yankees back in 2001 or whatever it was. I think it was 2001. Yeah, not the same old Diamondbacks. Nope. They've been garbage ever since. 23 in a row. I think they broke a major league record for most consecutive losses on the road. That is garbage. And they were winning some of the games too. They're winning early on, and then you see, they have no pitching, they have no hitting, or barely any hitting. They're facing way better teams like the Giants or the Mets. Just whipping their butts every single game. And the manager of the Diamondbacks is about to get fired, probably. Sucks to be him. But yeah, the Marlins are, I think they're about nine or 10 games back on the Mets. And they're just not doing good right now. Last place. That's it. Mets lost today 2-0. 2 stinking goddamn hits on Kyle Hendricks of the Cubs. Strowman, after that little blip, he gave up the home run to Javier Baez. He pitched pretty damn good. Just minus that one blip. But the Mets couldn't get anything going tonight. Anything going. And they lose, and they take 3 or 4 from the Cubs at home. They had a pretty good homestand. Took 2 or 3 from the Padres. They take 3 or 4 from the from the from the Cubs. So they went 5-2 on their homestand, which is not bad. Still in first place uh by 4 games, I believe. Four. I think 4.5 games over the Phillies, who they play next weekend. But they got lots of games coming up this weekend, especially 4 games against the Nationals tomorrow night, and then a doubleheader on Saturday, which is gonna be, and then Sunday's game, and then they fly home for a 4-game series with the Braves. Doubleheader on Monday, a straight doubleheader, beginning at 5 o'clock. With that, then you got 2 more games after that. Then they got an off day, I think, on the 20. When is that? The 20. I forgot what date that is. That Thursday, and then they go to Philadelphia to play 4 games, a doubleheader on that Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday. And then after that, they got a makeup game in Washington, and then they come home, I think, for a series at home. Then they go on the road to face the Yankees, who are not doing that great, even though they swept the Blue Jays this week. The series, they swept the Blue Jays. Still, they're about 6.5 back of the division, but I can't count them out just yet. But still, it is what it is. They got rid of Mike Ford and they got some guy from Tampa Bay. Whoop-de-damn-do, but it is what it is. So, yeah, the Mets got a really hard schedule the next 2 weeks. And they may not have Jacob deGrom, or as we call him, the GOAT, who pitched yesterday, pitched 3 innings, and then he came out with right shoulder soreness among his other ailments with his freaking right flexor tendonitis, his back, his shoulder, his abs. He's just fucked up. So they're going to skip his next start, which I believe was supposed to be, I think, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Could be either Sunday or Monday against that first or second game against the Braves for that doubleheader. But they're going to wisely take him out, which is great. They're going to rest him. Then he's going to hopefully make the next start after that, which will probably be that series against the Phillies, that doubleheader, that 4-game series against the Phillies in Philadelphia, which could make or break the Mets at this point. Like I said, 4.5 games up, 9 games over 500. June's not really a good month for the Mets. July's not that great for a month of the Mets either. So, you're getting near the halfway point of the season. The trade deadline's coming up as well. The All-Star break's coming up. You want to have, your pitchers. You want to have everybody healthy, going into the All-Star break. And then when you come out of the All-Star break, you want to make that drive to the division title, or at least get to a wild card. So this weekend and next weekend, probably this weekend, next weekend, and the July 4th weekend are going to be big for the Mets. And we'll see if they can, what they can do without Jacob deGrom. But we'll see what happens with that. They got Joey Lucchesi pitching tomorrow in Washington, and then you got that doubleheader on Saturday, and I think Sunday is Taijuan Walker against Patrick Corbin. Don't know when Scherzer's pitching that game. I think he's pitching one of those doubleheader games. So hopefully we come out with a split of the 4-game series, or maybe take 3 or 4. We'll see. And then come home for Atlanta. Hopefully we can take a split or 3 or 4 from them. Then go back on the road to Philly. Hopefully we can take a split or 3 or 4 from them. And then come home, get that makeup date on that on June 28th against the Nationals. Hopefully win that game and then get back to normal. And everybody should be starting to come back by the All-Star, like Nimmo, Davis, maybe Carrasco, maybe Conforto, McNeil should be coming back this weekend. So, guys are coming back, but we just don't know what they're going to do with them right now, because you got stars like Villar and Pilar. kicking some ass. Guillaume's back, the wizard of second base right now. I don't know what Luis Rojas and the interim GM for the Mets is going to do right now. I don't know. We're just going to have to see. And I think the Mets will be fine. I really think the Mets will be fine this weekend. I'm not concerned right at this point. I'm not really concerned about this long, 20-game stretch at this point. Like I said, 4 against the Nationals. Wait, 5 against the Nationals. You count that makeup game. So 5 against the Nationals, 4 against the Braves, 4 against that's 5. 4 against the Braves, that's 9. 4 against the Phillies, which is 13. Then I think you got a 3-game series after that. Well, a 3-game series after that, so that's about 16. And then 3 against the Yankees. So 20 games right there. No off day, except for that one off day when they go to, in between Atlanta and Philly. When they play at home, they go to Philly. That's that one off day. That's it. No off days except for that one day. So they're playing 20 games with one off day. And then the week after that, before the All-Star break, they got to play games. I think maybe 1 or 2 off days. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're gonna. The Mets and the Mets fans on a hope when is the All-Star break? Let's just get to the All-Star break, hopefully in first place, and then we get some pieces back, and then we just kick some ass for the second half, going into late July and into August and September. But I feel good about the Mets. I think they're doing some good shit. Like I said, 9 games over 500. They're their own worst enemy right now. And hopefully, DeGrom can come back, and hopefully he doesn't get hurt. I mean, I hate to see him pitch 3 innings and then come out because my shoulder hurts. Because you're throwing 102 miles an hour, your shoulder's going to hurt. Just get some rest, ice your body, get some good rest, and that's it. You'll be fine in 10 days. Just come back in 10 days, which will be the when will that be? The 26th. So right before the Phillies series, so we'll probably be one of those doubleheader games. And hopefully, you shut the Phillies down, degrominate like always. Continue to lower that ERA, which right now is at 0.56. I thought it was at 0.56. I thought it went to 0.52, but it hasn't gave up a run yet. So only give up 4 runs, knocked in 11. What can't he do besides stay healthy? But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens in the next 20 days. 21. Next 3 weeks, we'll see what happens. By the time we get to July 4th weekend against the Yankees, we'll see what happens with that, where the Mets are. Hopefully still in first place. But you never know. Now, with all these games they're making up, it is what it is. We'll see. But as far as the Marlins go, well, too bad. And that's it. All right. I believe this is a newcomer to my chat. Official Skinner J says hi. Howdy. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we'll see you next time on my next video, whenever that may be, maybe tomorrow night or Saturday. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, back to Alejandro Klatza says, the only way that the WWE is better, that Vince leaves and someone comes and enforce things and do not have shitty creatives. Well, sadly, Alejandro, I think when Vince does either finally retire or just croaks, but like CM Punk says, the day that Vince dies, he's going to be taken over by his stupid son-in-law and and Stephanie. Hi, Steph. That's it. When Vince goes, I think there goes WWE. That's it. That's it. All right. Let's finish this off, baby. Because I'm hungry. Who deserves the least to have the 24/7 title? Who cares? Who cares about the 24/7 title? Who should have it? Nobody. Nobody. Put it in the garbage. Blow it up. While you're there, put R-Truth in there. Blow him up too. Nobody cares. Garbage. Utter garbage. Now the problem, who from the main roster can stand up to Lashley? Well, Brock doesn't come. If Brock doesn't come back, I would say him, but I don't think it's Edge. So I think he's going to SmackDown. Maybe a returning Braun Strowman. I doubt that. If he does come back, Aleister Black's going to go back to SmackDown because he has to do that thing with, if he does come back, they're gonna, excuse me, they're going to put him on SmackDown to finish that, what was supposed to start the Big E feud. But who knows if Aleister Black's if Tommy End is even going to back to WWE with Zelina Vega, or they're going to go to AEW, which they should. But, after Lashley defeats Drew, I don't know. I would say Randy Orton, but he's in a thing with Matt Riddle, and they're going to get the tag belts probably at SummerSlam. I don't know. It has to be somebody from NXT. Has to be. And as much as I wanted to be Killer Kross, I think Killer Kross is going to stay in NXT and defend the belt. Maybe against Joe, if Joe does get cleared, but we don't know if that's going to ever happen or not. But he's probably, Kross is going to stay down there. Adam Cole is going to probably stay down there for a little bit. I think that the match with Kyle O'Reilly at the Great American Bash might be his last match in NXT. And I would keep saying that. It was supposed Sunday everybody's saying that either Cole or Kross we're gonna go up to the main roster. We haven't seen him. We didn't see him Monday, and I don't think we're gonna see him on Friday. So probably after Great American Bash, maybe we'll see Adam Cole on Raw or SmackDown, or maybe Killer Kross too. Who knows? We just don't know who's coming up from NXT anytime soon. But if I did say somebody besides Kross or Cole to face Lashley, it'd probably be I hate to say it, but Finn Balor. Finn Balor. That's the only person I can think of right now. Was Finn Balor wants to go back to the main roster, so why don't you just throw him in another boring feud that he had while he was IC champion with Lashley? But I don't know. I can't answer that question. Who could face Lashley at this point? Because they're not building any stars. So it is what it is. That's that. If you ask me, Randy Orton is the future. We need that Randy hell again. Yeah, we do need that Randy again. We need Randy to finish his career as the Legend Killer, just going through everybody. I mean, everybody. I mean, going through the entire Raw roster, go through the entire SmackDown roster, and we're going to go through the entire NXT roster, even Adam Cole included, and Kross, and probably Joe, and Ciampa, and Thatcher, guys like that. Let them just go through everybody, just beat the crap out of everybody, beat the people up from NXT UK even. And before he does retire, give him maybe one, maybe two more title reigns, because he's 14-time champ. Let him tie Flair's record at 16. Because Hunter's not going to get 16. He's at 15. I don't think we'll see Hunter with the world another title reign again, even though it'll be really short. But yeah, I give Randy, the world title for the 15th time. Let him hold it for about 6 months, 6 to 8 months. And then before he does actually retire, whenever, his wife says, Randy, come back home. Just come home. And then Randy's like, okay, that's it. I'm retired. Going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Probably be inducted by Triple H or Ric Flair, or maybe Shawn. Who knows at this point? Well, maybe I would say his dad, but I don't know how old Cowboy Bob Orton is at the moment, but I would say the next 5-10 years, maybe his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton Sr., might induct him, or it might be Triple H or Ric Flair to induct him. And he will be a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that. By himself, he'll go in by himself, and I think hopefully soon Evolution will go in, so Ric Flair becomes a 3-time Hall of Famer. Shawn Michaels will be 2. Batista will be 2. And Hunter will be 2. But yeah, Evolution I think should go in next year, if at all. Well, not at all, but I think they should go in next year with the Undertaker. I think Undertaker or Rock should headline the Hall of Fame next year. I mean, it's in Dallas. Taker's from Texas. It's a home run right there. Taker should be the headliner, and Kane should induct him. I think it has to be Kane. You can't put anybody else there. If it's McMahon, if it's Vince, I'll be okay with it. But it really should be Kane, because that's his brother. But yeah, it is what it is. Kane should induct the Undertaker, and Evolution should go in, as a group, as a faction, like the NWO did last year. And we'll see what happens with that. As far as the women go, I mean, if it's not Melina or Gail Kim, I don't give two shits. If Melina or Gail Kim do not go in, or Chyna do not go in the next 2 to 3 years, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about the Hall of Fame. I would not. I still don't care about the Hall of Fame. It's a joke. The Hall of Fame is a joke. And glad, we all make fun of Vince Russo, bro, but at least finally he actually said something intelligent, and he bashed the WWE Hall of Fame, even though he killed Owen Hart. But it is what it is. At least he said the WWE Hall of Fame is a joke. That's it. All right. Final comment. Thank God. By Alejandro Casa. What do you think about Don Callis being fired from Impact? Storyline wise. Tonight on Impact, Sami Callihan came out and basically wanted his job back because he thinks he got fired by Don Callis at Against All Odds because of what he did to Kenny and the Bucks. And then we see Scott D'Amore is like, "What are you doing? He's like, "I'm executive vice president. I can do whatever I want." So he comes out. Security comes out, and then Scott D'Amore comes out and tries to talk Sami down. He's like, "Okay, security, get out of here." I'm like, "You're gonna get killed." So he starts to talk to Sami. He says, "I'm gonna, we're gonna, this and that." And then Don Callis comes out. It's like, "What are you doing here? You should not be here." This and that. Because Sami's got he's got a world title shot at Slammiversary against Kenny Omega for the Impact World Title pay-per-view. So they're talking, and I'm like, well, I'm wondering is Sami gonna get reinstated by Scott D'Amore, or was he's still gonna be fired, and he can show up on Dynamite whenever he wants. You might even see him on Dynamite this Friday, tomorrow night. Who knows? Even though the Impact tapings would take way in advance. So they're bitching and they're moaning, and then out of nowhere, Tommy Dreamer comes out. And he has his hair. It's like, what the hell happened to his hair? I mean, somebody in the back messed up his hair, or Beulah done that. I don't know. So anyway, he comes out and basically says that he is a partner with Anthem Sports, who basically runs TNA. So Anthem named him kind of like an ambassador, or I don't know what. But long story short, Tommy reinstates Sami to competition, to Impact, and he fires Don Callis. So Don's like, "You can't do that. You're part of Anthem. What are you? You're not a powerful, you're not an authority figure." So that was that. And besides, Don Callis doesn't really, run Impact anymore. He's not the executive vice president anymore. These tapings were done way in advance. So Don doesn't really do anything for Impact anymore, as far as I know. It's run basically by Scott D'Amore and Anthem Sports. And I guess they just have Tommy Dreamer as like an ambassador or authority type figure or something like that. I didn't really get that, what Tommy Dreamer was, but yeah. So they fire, quotes Alejandro, quotes, they fired Don Callis, and yeah, I guess we're gonna see what happens tomorrow night on Dynamite if Sammy shows up to hype up his feud with Mr. Kenny Omega for his anniversary. And Kenny's got his own problems because he has a match next Saturday night against Jungle Boy Jack for the AEW World Title. And then after that, he's got to get ready for Andrade for the AAA Mega Championship at AAA. What was it? Triple Mania, I believe, in August. And if he survives that, he got All Out September the 5th in Chicago. And he may not have a belt by the time All Out's over. Because as we know, the TNA, the Impact belt is just one belt. The TNA Heavyweight title is just one belt. I don't understand that. They should have just merged those belts into one belt. The Undisputed Impact belt title. It is what it is. I don't know why he has 4 belts. You really should have 3. But we'll see what happens with Kenny, in the next month and a half or so. Can he continue as champ through All Out? We'll see. And then, like I mentioned earlier, AEW is coming to Jersey, coming to Newark at the Prudential Center on September the 15th. You know who'll be there. And September, at the week after that, they'll be in Queens, New York City at Arthur Ashe Stadium for Wrestling Dynamite Grand Slam, as they're calling it, September the 22nd. So September the 15th, they'll be in Jersey, and then the week after that, they'll be in Queens, New York City at Arthur Ashe Stadium. So that's going to be some good shit. So AEW in the tri-state area. So get your tickets. I think they're on sale now. So get them while they're hot, because they're going to sell out. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, that ends my video. Thank you all for watching. Once again, 4 out of 10 stars for Raw. Didn't give 2 craps about it. Just another horrible show. And we'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown with basically the main event, Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio inside Hell in a Cell for the Universal Championship. You can expect Dominic to get involved, Jey Uso to get involved, and Jimmy Uso to get involved. But I do see Roman retaining, and then we'll see where that Samoan dynasty where Roman storyline with Jimmy and Jey goes after that. I don't think they're going to cost him the title, and we're going to see Rey Mysterio, the new Universal Champion. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be Roman and Cena 2 at SummerSlam. So they're going to start building to that right after this crappy pay-per-view. And that's pretty much it. They might announce another match tomorrow, but we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. So it should be some good stuff tomorrow. First ever Hell in a Cell on SmackDown. So we'll see what happens with that. And then Sunday, Hell in a Cell. May or may not be good. I really don't care. I'm not looking forward to it that much. Nothing really intrigues me on the show. But, got nothing else to watch on Sunday night. But so I might give it a watch. I'll just give it a look-see, maybe watch maybe a half hour at most of it and see how it is. If it's boring, I'll just turn it off and go to sleep, and that'll be it. But I will be doing my predictions probably Saturday night or maybe early Sunday. But we'll see what happens with that. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channels. Follow me on social media. You know the deal. That's it. So that's it. Good night, fuckers. Peace.